Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Happy Thursday! How's your week going? Oh, we had a wonderful weather day. What's the day? Today's Thursday. On Tuesday. Oh, it was so nice. It was cloudy and it rained. Not a lot. We need buckets full, but hey, we'll take what we can get. And I don't know that it got above 85, so it was beautiful. I need about, 2 more weeks of that kind of weather. So, but you know, that's how that goes. Anyway, I hope your guys' week is going well. This is what we're playing with today. It is the July Paper Pumpkin Kit. Oh, if you get here, say hello, and I should tell you too ahead of time that I have 3 babies in the room. I have not only Chloe, but I have my sister's dog, so I will apologize up front if things get wild. So anyway, back to our kits today. We're playing with the July Paper Pumpkin, like I said, and I'll show you the kit. This kit is showing or helping you create trifold cards, which are adorable. But I chose to cut mine up like usual, but I'll show you the elements in the kit. So there's the stamp set that we'll be playing with. We're also going to be playing with the Campology stamp set that's in the annual catalog. And then it comes with these adorable envelopes. They're already decorated, but you know me, I couldn't help it. I had to stamp on one of them. And then there's your full printed directions, which really makes things easy, especially for people who are either in a hurry or you're new to the craft. Let's see, we have some tree die cuts, some more tree die cuts, and of course the labels that are included for your sentiments. The ink spot this month was Garden Green. And then here are the 3 different cards. And basically you just pop this out like this. Mine are already popped out for what we're doing today, but I wanted to show you these. And see, it has 2 printed sections, and there's your inside of your card. Now, I'm going to be using the entire card for my kits. And I'll show you that in a minute, but see, isn't that cute? So they have a trailer, they have the trees, and then of course, if I can get this out of the box, the adorable lantern. So I'll show you what you can see what you're creating here. And then I'll show you the scrapbook page that I did. We haven't been camping in a long time since we sold our 5th wheel, so I had to steal some pictures of my middle daughter's camping trip from last week to make this adorable scrap layout. Isn't that pretty? I had so much fun with this one. I also used a piece of the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. It's on sale right now. Hi Beth, hi Shelly. So the Designer Series paper is 12 by 12, and I used a piece of 12 by 12 Mossy Meadow, and I cut it down to 10 1/4, and then a piece of 12 by 12 Basic White that's cut at 10. This is 10 1/2. This is 10 1/4. My 3 pictures are 4 by 4. I glued the card together. I did add one of the tree die cuts behind it. And then, of course, the sentiment and that tree, which are one piece, are added with dimensionals. And I had to add some of those cute little sequins. This little lantern is from Campology stamp set, as is this sentiment. And then I used one of the labels out of the kit and die cut a circle using the layering circles dies. So that was my scrap layout. And of course, pictures of their camping. So this goes perfectly with camp ideas. So let's put that away. And I'll give you the information on our card today. We're going to make a shaker card. And this one is very dimensionalized, using another element out of the Campology stamp set. And I'll show you that stamp set right here. Let's see, make sure there's no glare. It's kind of hard and so short I can't see over my phone. But it's got the coffee pot. I love the coffee pot with the "You Brighten My Path," because without, or even "Let Your Light Shine," because you know how coffee is first thing in the morning. It's got a tent and some trees, some binoculars, and that adorable little lantern. So that's a great addition to your stash. And it's nice to be able to use other elements out of the annual catalog for our paper pumpkin kits. And then we're also going to be using some of the sequins for every day to create our, flip that over, ugh, that was almost a disaster, sequins for everything for our shaker card. So let me give you the measurements for our two cards. So the first card we're going to work on is the shaker card, and the card base is in shaded spruce. That's cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. I took the kit card base and I cut the two printed layers at 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then the inside layer is that back part of the card. It's cut at 3 3/4 by 5. The little window sheet that's in here is cut at 3 7/8 by 4 1/4. I forgot to write that down on here, and I'll be showing you how to put that together. And then our second card, the card base is in mint macaron, and then I cut a piece of Misty Moonlight, which is just at the back there. It's cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Your card base is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then both of those printed layers are 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then your inside layer is also 3 3/4 by 5. Here's the envelope for this one. I did stamp the tree image using mint macaron, which we'll do, and this is the one I stamped for this card. I just wanted to stamp the little fireflies going up the side, but they're so pretty you really don't need to stamp on it if you don't want to. Alright, let's get ready. We'll get started. I can't see any of the comments on my laptop, so just know I will be replying to your comments when I'm done with the video. And I already pre-cut everything with these so that you don't have to watch me fussy cut or trim everything. And I will tell you, our Stampin' Trimmer made it much easier to trim these pieces because you can see right where you're getting to. So there's the top of the card and bottom. Here's that window sheet inside of our card and our card base. We'll just fold this and set it aside. And I will tell you, you want to stamp your little fireflies first, because I didn't on this card and I almost messed them up. So note to self, stamp first, then put it together. And there's two little sizes of these fireflies. They're so cute. We're going to use the garden green. And I'm just going to stamp the little one up here at the top. Let's move everything out of the way. We'll stamp him there. And then we will stamp the larger one down here. Just like so. Okay, so that part is done. We're going to use some tear and tape on our window sheet. And it really helps to turn it over here to adhere to the card base. Sorry, it's been a very busy day the last couple of days, and I'm just starting to unwind a little bit. I only had 1 cup of coffee this morning, hoping that that would keep me a little more focused. Okay, so basically I'm just going to glue this down to the inside of the card, like so. And this will seal it to the back. Come over here. I probably should have had this done before I started my video. Oh well. Bless her heart, she tries to get it right every time. She's a work in progress, that girl. Let's put this right here. Make sure I'm not taping it to my desk. And then we'll just come through and take these off. Ugh. I can imagine how hard these are to peel off if you don't have nails. I should be using my take your pick tool. See if there's any comments. It's hard to see it because my phone is up so high. Okay, so we're just going to layer this right up here like so. And I want to make sure I don't have that adhesive sticking out over the side. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to put on some of, which I didn't bring. This is the first walk away in a while. I got to run get, oh wait, I have some, no we don't have some here. I need to get our strip of adhesive foam. Hang on just a second. Okay, it was out, I just didn't bring it over. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to create a well for our sequins to fit into. And I'm just going to cut a piece with our snips. And I'm going to lay that right next to the opening of the card, the window. Glue that down like this. I'll snip this here. Like so. Bring this in. And I'm trying to keep my little strips as close to this edge as possible so that the sequins will just flow freely. This one will go down on the bottom. Just stick it up here like so. Alright. Oh, this one will work for the top. Put him up here. We don't use these very often, but it sure makes creating shaker cards a lot easier. Okay. I'll bring him right next to the edge, so. One little bitty piece. I'm gonna cut more than I need, make sure it fits in there. And it secures the opening, like so. Don't want it to stick out where you see that. All right. So this part is done. Now comes the fun part with the sequins. And I will tell you, these sequins have a lot of static cling on them. Let's set that aside. As you can see, as they're stuck inside the little bucket. Okay, so I'm going to use some of the gold. Make sure we're in the shot. I noticed last week's video, a lot of it was outside of the camera view. You can put as much or as little as you want, but you see, these can get messy. Let's do this. But they're so pretty. Shiny. Oh, look, shiny things. All right, let's close this up before we have a disaster on our hands. That would not be pretty. Okay, set those aside. Now I'm going to peel this off, like so. It's not difficult, just a little time consuming. Bring this over. Okay. Ooh, don't want my fingers to pick it up. And we just want to make sure we have a sequin. Okay. Make sure we get this lined up with the card. And I'm going to apologize if my head gets in the shot because I want to see what I'm doing here. Great. Okay, now we could run our adhesive on the back, but I'm going to use some more tear and tape to attach that to the card front rather than squish everything. We're just going to come here and add another piece here. I love our tear and tape. I like it so much better than the old red line. Remember that? That stuff was hard to get off the roll. And it tears so much easier. I guess hence the name Tear and Tape, right? Okay. If I can pick it up this time. There we go. Come on. Let's get out the Take Your Pick tool. There we go. Oh, that one's not down. Next to tweezers, this is one of my favorite tools because it really helps. Okay, so we'll lay this guy on the front like so. Center him on the card front, and that part is done. Isn't that pretty? So, of course, that's not enough bling. I have got sequins on my fingers. That's not enough bling. I'm going to add some more by bringing in some Wink of Stella on that flame. Get rid of all our little tags here. Wink of Stella or Wink of Wanda. Just kind of paint it in there. And it'll give that a shimmery look on the lantern glass and help that flame a little bit. So there, let's see if you can see that. Oh, you can see the lights anyway. Okay, so next we're going to stamp our little sentiment. Oh, here's the, let's do this guy. We did the little lantern. I love that little lantern. Oh, I got to do my sentiment, my front side sentiment too. Okay, let's get out our ink. And let's use this on our envelope, which I didn't leave any envelopes here, did I? So let's grab another envelope and stamp the lantern on it. And that way we don't have to worry about stamping off. So we'll stamp him right here. And then we're going to stamp this down in the lower left-hand corner. Beautiful. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment, Brighten My Path. Stamp him up here. The stamp that's from the Campology. And then we want the Let Your Light Shine. There. Okay, let's close this up and we'll finish up our card. Now, your kit comes with a, well, not quite a full sheet of dimensionals, but it's pretty darn close. And it comes with this sheet of sequins. I added some more from the, what are they, Artistry Blooms sequins, because I liked the little ones for our little guy up here in the corner. And then the bigger ones from the kit work good on this guy. We'll get some of our dimensionals. The kit alone is worth all your dimensionals you get. Alright, we'll stick him down here in the corner. You know, and after I created this yesterday, I was getting ready to do my blog post. I went looking to see what other things had been created for alternates, and I saw somebody do a card just like this. So I don't know if I saw it and subconsciously made this again from theirs or what. That or it's just great minds thinking alike. But that lantern just called for a shaker card. Okay, so card number 1 is done. Isn't that pretty? I just love shaker cards. Alright, we'll set him aside and we'll get started on the other. Unfortunately, on this one, I already die cut our little tent, so you didn't have to watch that. And when I stamped and die cut, I left a tail on the bottom to make it easier to attach to the inside of the card. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive right there on the tail. And we'll stick our little tent right there. Isn't that cute? So I stamped another one just in case, because we didn't know what was going to happen. Oh, this is what I'm looking for right here, is this other tree. I want these are pine needles, is what this is. And we're gonna stamp our little needles on our tree. We're just gonna stick right, and it really does fit quite nicely. Okay, there we go. We're gonna add him with dimensionals. I want to make sure I center it behind so that you can see the tent too. There we go. Use it as a guide. Set him right about there. Now we're going to add more dimensional. Oh, this is the guy stuck there. To this so that we get our depth in the card. Okay. I probably should add a couple to these trees so that they don't squish down. There we go. Now we're going to add him right over the top. Make sure we got enough. Up, 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 up. It's hard to do it when my, oops, I got a sequin. And I can't see the top of the card. There we go. There. Gives it a lot of dimension. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this guy down to the card front so that we don't squish our card. And this is the mint macaron. I guess I could fold my card base squarely. There we go. We'll just lay this guy on. He's just big enough so that a little bit of the mint macaron pokes out. Okay, and then this guy will add some more tear and tape. Gotta love tear and tape. There we go. Hold this up. Still, I'm not seeing any replies on today's video, so when I get off I'll be able to reply back to those of you that have made comments. Technology most of the time is not my friend, so I'm going to put one here and one here, and then I have my little sentiment tag here. And we're going to use the Let the Adventure Begin. We're going to put him right, stamp him there. And let's add some more dimensionals. Why not? Because we didn't have enough in the first part of the card, right? Dimensionals are our friends. Okay, so we'll add him under here. Make sure he's lined up with the edge. There we go. And I'm just going to add a couple more sequins. Why not? Never enough bling. Put him there. Okay, so now for our inside. Now grab another one of those envelopes so that we're not going to waste any ink. Okay. So move him out of the way. We want our mint macaron, and we will stamp our tree on the envelope first. And we'll get him down here right about there. And then we will, oh, that didn't, I should have brought out my pierce mat. Let's see if we can line this up and see how good we get this done. Ooh, she did it. Okay. It's probably going to be really light now that that was a second generation there. So we'll just give it, you know what? Let's pull that pierce mat out. We'll lift this whole thing up. And really press it on there. Ooh, there we go. It didn't turn out too bad, huh? I don't know how. Okay. Poor thing. She's a hot mess today. Not that we're surprised, right? Okay, so this is in, oops, that's not garden green. well, let's just ink this up. It's light enough. And then we'll stamp it on the tree. There we go. Not bad for a rookie. We'll come over here and stamp this tree. There we go. That's a little off, but that's okay. There's no perfect tree in this world. Now, we're going to stamp the Happy Trails. We're going to stamp him down here. I like stamping down at the bottom. Oh, we did a halo. Oh well, it's not perfect. See, everybody leaves halos every once in a while. Layer this on the inside of the card. There we go. And we're done. That wasn't too painful, was it? Oh, gosh. Poor thing. All right. I'll bring these little cards out. Here's these two. I guess if I clean my mess up so you can see what's going on. Now, where's my other one? I wanted to remind you that the next kit that comes out, oh, here it is going to be a kit that was designed by Shelly, and it's all about hope, which we could all use some hope these days. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. It's called the Hope Box, and if anybody knows Shelly, she loves butterflies and birds and trees, and so it'll be a very pretty kit, and you have until August 10th to subscribe to that. If there's anything I used today other than the paper pumpkin that you'd like to add to your stash, you can head over to my online store. I got to finish up today's blog post for these to give you all the measurements and stuff with links to the online store, and this is the host code for July. It's going to be closed out on Sunday. So I thank you for spending time with me, the hot mess that I am, and I hope you have a really good Thursday. Take care. Bye.